What's up, guys? In this video will be a reaction on the Untold story of KSI. So let's go.
Olajide Olyanka Williams, JJ Alatunji, or JJ, but better known as KSI, began his content creation journey uploading a video titled Looking Through Space, which was essentially a review about different kinds of
Man, 1,000 subscribers.
telescopes.
Here is a short clip of what radio telescopes have shown us.
The funny thing is, this video wouldn't exist if it wasn't for KSI's science teacher. KSI's first upload was a simple homework assignment, but it would eventually lead to one of the most successful channels on YouTube, but we'll get to that. After receiving a positive response for his telescope review, he decided to share another passion, FIFA, a game he genuinely enjoyed playing, and since he taught himself how to record and upload now, the barrier to entry was fairly low. His first gaming video looked like it had negative FPS, but you have to admit, that was a pretty sick goal. KSI clearly enjoyed uploading his first clip, so he did what any aspiring creator would do. He uploaded a second and a third. With each video, the quality improved and he became more and more comfortable recording his voice. The crazy thing is that the jersey you're seeing right now, KSI's drink sponsors the actual team in real life, but not at this point. For now, he was just a teenager slowly losing his love for FIFA, so he took a year break and started a new channel. KSI started his new channel uploading Call of Duty videos, and Black Ops was getting a lot of views at the time. His first video was just a funny clip, but the second video would change his career forever.
GDBT, what's up, bitches? Yeah, I've got such and destroy game where it's 5 players versus me, and I plant the bomb.
Instead of just talking while playing, he rapped. This was something truly unique, and even to this day, if someone uploaded something like this, it would do well. That's how far ahead KSI was. Rather than continuing to just focus on COD or FIFA, KSI began uploading Let's Play content like Dead
Man, he has hair here.
Space 2 on both his main KSI channel and his second channel. In 2012, YouTube Let's Plays were really beginning to pop off, with horror games like Amnesia, Slender, and other one-off games bringing in massive views. This was the same era when other big YouTubers like PewDiePie and Markiplier got their start. All you needed at the time was a scary game, a webcam, and some exciting reactions to gain an initial following. JJ didn't just hop on trends though, he found innovative ways to take it to the next level. So he brought his brother Deji into the picture, and their chemistry on camera enabled them to create viral moments without them looking too forced. Deji would feature prominently in JJ's videos for many years. The dynamic between the two of them was fun and lighthearted. The videos that featured Deji consistently performed better. However, that was going to come at a price. Their brotherly banter would later turn for the worst, but not yet. Every creator struggles with the balance of making content that they love versus what they know their viewers want to watch. JJ once revealed that he didn't even like scary games, but his audience did.
Yeah, I too don't like scary games. I don't know why people play them.
So he made more. It was evident that he was going to eventually burn out by just focusing on content his audience preferred. So KSI went back to uploading what he enjoyed, but kept all of that content on his main channel. KSI would continue to upload a variety of FIFA content, including clips, tournaments, and glitches, but he didn't stop there. The video that started to make his FIFA content pop off was a video titled How to Be a YouTube Partner.
Hey guys, this is KSI GDBT, and today I'll be showing you, the FIFA community, on how to get YouTube partnership.
JJ saw everything in the game as an opportunity for content, and he was genuinely enjoying it, and so was his growing community. Although he grinded the game for years, consistently uploading day after day, KSI did some deep thinking and wanted to remind his viewers of his other talents.
I'm on the horse, motherfucker, take a look at me!
October 16, 2012, KSI released his first music video, I'm on a Horse. The song is a hilarious remix of the Lonely Island's I'm on a Boat, and he gained an entirely new audience that loved him for his music. With a bigger audience though came a lot of questions, so KSI began a new series titled Q&A Sundays, where he featured a new friend or family member in each episode. Then came the travel vlogs, the announcement videos, and the street interviews. The guy was doing it all, and it became clear to everyone that KSI wasn't burning out. In fact, quite the opposite. He was energized by the idea that anything he released people would watch, which is the dream of any content creator. But KSI didn't want to be just a one-man show. He wanted more. This is when he formed the content group we all know of today as the Sign Men.
JJ, I'll get it off you.
Oh shit.
What is happening?
Annihilation happens.
On the 19th of October 2013, YouTube's heart skipped a beat when KSI and his friends formed a content group called The Ultimate Sidemen. This group was anything but random. KSI had known the first member, Simon, since they were in high school together, and as young kids they didn't get along, even fought each other before becoming friends. 2 more of the members, Joshua and Toby, went to school together as well, while the other 3 would meet the crew over YouTube and at events. At first, the Sidemen were nothing more than friends playing GTA 5 together, but they all had a vision of it becoming something much, much more.
Oh my god, he's done it! Ow! Ow! I'm done! I'm over!
At this point in YouTube's history, creators with dedicated audiences on their personal channels started to collaborate with other YouTubers. If the collab went particularly well, they'd consider taking it to the next level by forming a content group. This way, creators would have crossover with their audiences because supporters of one creator would be more than likely to become fans of the others. By pooling together their talents and resources, the videos would often be higher budget and spark a greater interest than videos on their personal channels. The central element of the Sidemen group is KSI and always will be, which can be explained best by the name they decided on for the group.
Yeah, she started to bawl, I see. She's wearing this shit, how it's called.
Asked about the origin behind the name, Simon replied, "A Sideman is basically someone's bitch who just follows them around." Since the group looked up to KSI, they landed on the name Sidemen. It was a slow beginning, with each creator posting to their individual channels rather than a central hub for all their content. That all changed when they noticed a significant boost in views whenever they would include members of the Sidemen in their videos. They felt the next best step was to move in together and establish the Sidemen House, a place to create content and obsess over it every day. The risk they took to create this space would end up skyrocketing the Sidemen to fame beyond anyone's imagination. The Sidemen House undoubtedly spoke to a fantasy many kids have, living in the same house with their friends, carrying out their dreams as YouTubers, and having a community of fans that look up to you. But no matter how much you like your friends, when you live together, work together all the time, someone is bound to get on someone else's nerves. But until then, KSI saw the success of other groups uploading to one central channel, so he figured, why not do the same? So on May 15th, 2016, the Sidemen channel was born, a page where they would post content of all 7 friends having a good time, participating in unique challenges, and expanding their individual reach. As the channel started to gain serious momentum though, the motivation to continue posting actually diminished. Each member of the group saw their own channels grow exponentially that they felt forced to choose between the Sidemen and their own content, and everyone decided to go on a more independent path. It wasn't until YouTube launched a special program that ended up saving the Sidemen. YouTube Originals came out and paid creators to make higher budget content to compete with streaming services like Netflix and HBO. When the Sidemen applied to do YouTube Originals, they were actually denied because they didn't meet the criteria. However, KSI saw how much money creators were earning from YouTube Originals that he didn't want to give up. So he gathered the team together to reach the views requirement, reapplied, and this time, they were accepted. Unfortunately for YouTube, these original series didn't really succeed, most likely because the large appeal that these creators had to their audiences was not in their ability to compete with TV, but to offer the simple, down-to-earth content that made them relatable in the first place. There was a silver lining though. KSI said that although YouTube Originals didn't actually boost their views very much, it did get the Sidemen to consistently make content together like the good old days. After months of creating scheduled content and hitting 10 million subscribers,
Oh yes, I want.
the Sidemen were now too big to give up. Toward the end of 2017, the Sidemen channel was going nuts. But what about its individual members? It seemed like KSI had an epiphany. In his video Let's Have a Talk, JJ reveals that he had stopped uploading to YouTube on both his KSI and JJ Alatunji channels because he had lost his passion for making content.
Alright, so the question everyone has been asking for so long, what is going on in my head? Why did I leave YouTube? Blah, blah, blah. And to put it quite frankly, I was sick and tired of everything to do with YouTube.
He explains that YouTube became a chore to him, a game that you had to play in order to stay relevant. Gone are the days of people just making YouTube videos for fun. Now it's about making videos for monetary gain. He admits that he is guilty of participating in this game, making what the algorithm wants, but at this point, he wanted to just be done for a while. Rather than turning away from YouTube altogether, JJ said that from now on, he would make the kind of content that only he wanted to make. People who wanted the old KSI back would have to be left disappointed. After spending half a decade on the platform, KSI had not only changed as a creator, but as a person, which is good timing because his next video was an announcement that took him from being a YouTuber to a personality that no one could stop talking about.
Obviously, this is not an easy It's just not an easy video to make. Obviously, as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm no longer with the Sidemen.
Fans were surprised and unsure about how to take the news. Was this a joke? Was he serious? JJ's friends in the Sidemen seemed to be just as shaken and began to release diss tracks that exacerbated the drama. KSI reacted to these videos with a mix of anger and excitement and began to retaliate by making diss tracks of his own. Just like that, KSI and the Sidemen were drawn into what would later be known as the 2017 diss track era, a time when KSI found himself at the top of the YouTube jungle among Rice Gum, the Paul brothers, and even his own brother Deji. The drama drew in huge numbers for KSI, and just like that, JJ would start a whole new era of YouTube. Guess what? That was all a lie. KSI never meant to leave the Sidemen, but knew that the drama would bring in millions of views, and he just outplayed the entire world. Was this doing anything he could for views? Maybe, but he was doing it in his own innovative way that he could feel proud of, and let's be honest, that was really clever. It worked only because JJ had been butting heads with co-Simon Ethan for a while, and like the genius creator he is, saw it not as a problem, but an opportunity to get some serious views. Once the dust settled down, he officially reunited with the Sidemen. We will never really know how real the beef between KSI and his fellow Sidemen was, but it was clear that JJ had stumbled upon a style of making content that he could dominate. Here's the thing about beef between creators. Commentary YouTubers want to feed off of it too, which means that their audiences are watching and becoming engaged in KSI's conflict-driven narratives. With thousands of YouTubers covering the beef, KSI saw an opportunity to introduce a climax to this event. A reason to care about the beef even if you didn't really know what the hell was going on. What if he decided to just fight the guy he was having issues with? Get into a ring and go 12 rounds with another YouTuber? No way this could work, right? Well, KSI would go on to sell out entire boxing stadiums with ease. On February 3rd, 2018, KSI stepped into the ring against fellow YouTuber Joe Weller and TKO'd him, winning the YouTube World Championship belt. Rather than just go home and make a video on the fight, KSI took the opportunity to call out another YouTuber, this time being someone the world couldn't ignore.
You said before this fight you had something planned. Is there anything you want to say to someone out there? You said you wanted to call someone out.
Well, obviously, man's got this belt right now. If any YouTuber wants it, you can come get it. Jake Paul!
Yeah, I thought it was Jake Paul. Who else?
Logan Paul! Any of the Pauls, I don't care. Bring it!
Despite Jake showing some initial interest, he decided to back out and ask his brother Logan to do the fight instead. So 2 matches were scheduled, one that the KSI team would set up and the other being Logan's team. A flurry of insults from both sides erupted, and it seemed like the two genuinely couldn't stand each other. So it made sense why they'd want to throw some punches, but this turned out to be a lot more calculated than it looked. In the lead up to the fight, KSI dropped the diss track called On Point, and Logan retaliated by releasing Goodbye KSI. Both experienced YouTubers were taking huge advantage of the interest in this fight, maybe because they were going to charge $10 for the pay-per-view and tickets costed as much as 800 euros. They did the math and realized that they could make more off this fight than in their entire YouTube career. August 25th, 2018, the bell rings.
Not bad. Money.
And only one can be crowned champion. They went the distance, going blow for blow, and the crowd was loving it in the stands and at home. With them being so evenly matched, the bell rang for a final time, and no champion would emerge that day, resulting in a draw. So
See
KSI
what?
retained the YouTube Championship belt,
Oh,
but I'm
come
going
on, man. Seriously? A draw?
to guess he didn't care that much about the belt when he would see his check. The event brought in a whopping $150 million, which is a number you'd likely associate with the
See
Super
what?
Bowl or the NBA Finals, not a boxing match between YouTubers. KSI and Logan both brought home an estimated $20 million each. Not bad for a day's work. Funny thing is, in a few years, they'd earn a whole lot more. Only this time, they'd do it on the same team. By the end of the 2010s, KSI had largely moved away from the formulaic Let's Play content, which initially floated his career and adapted with the times. When he wasn't releasing music videos, diss tracks, or drama content, he was reacting to content such as memes on his subreddit or TikToks, including reacting to his older content. It's clear that KSI knew by this point that a diverse range of content was the key to remaining relevant. After 2019, the main KSI channel would be exclusively dedicated to releasing music, including crossovers with musicians like Rick Ross and Lil Pump, while uploads slowed down on his second channel, JJ Alatunji. This wasn't because KSI was slowing down. In fact, KSI was busy with the sequel to his climactic battle with Logan Paul. On November 9, 2019, after training with professional boxers, KSI stepped back into the ring with Logan for a rematch to settle the draw. Like their first match, they'd go blow for blow. In the 4th round, Logan landed 2 illegal hits on KSI, which sent him reeling. The fight went on for 6 rounds and could just as well have resulted in another draw, if it wasn't for Logan's illegal hits earlier in the fight.
Logan got so big.
Was deducted 2 points for the illegal hits, which was just enough to put KSI over the top. JJ was declared the winner via split decision with 2 out of the 3 judges declaring victory for KSI. Though Logan was open to the idea of a 3rd match against KSI, JJ declined, saying, "It's done. I'm on to the next thing." Logan and KSI both revealed shortly after the fights that the feud between them was entirely made up in order to hype up the fight. Nobody fakes drama better than KSI, although some of KSI's feuds weren't fake at all.
If you don't leave my house, I'm going to police. You came in to talk, I'm pissed. Go away. Leave my house.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright, so after watching my brother's video on me, it did piss me off, but I was just like, fuck it, let me just move on. Alright? So obviously I tried to move on with my brother. He didn't want to move on.
KSI and his brother Deji had a very public falling out, one that seemed to be much more raw than the exaggerated beef from the other drama arcs. If you watch the older content that KSI made with Deji, there's clearly a brotherly rivalry, one that seemed to boil over in 2018 and 2019. The entire feud caused a huge rift to form between the two brothers. Accusations were thrown between the two that damaged both their reputation and their subscriber counts, and it seemed as though the fun family dynamic, which had been a regular feature of KSI's early uploads, was seriously darkened. Ultimately, KSI and Deji reconciled with one another after going to therapy and are on good terms now. Even after the family drama, KSI kept moving forward.
What therapy? Because you fight with your brother is strange. This is normal to fight with brothers and sisters when you're younger, but not when you're old.
You don't make it to the top of the content kingdom without constantly thinking of new ways to win the game. So after Logan and KSI's payday, they sat in a room together and discussed how they could continue making that amount of money without punching each other. KSI had already gotten busy with creating businesses though, because in June 2021, KSI announced that he was launching his own boxing promotional company, Misfits Boxing, while the Sidemen launched their own football club where they could host charity matches that pack stadiums, alongside several other business ventures, including a Side Plus subscription service with exclusive content and their own vodka. KSI even had his own TV series on the BBC. But Logan and KSI found an opportunity unlike any other.
The UK that may even
you
have
guys are, well, they know who you are in the UK. I mean, you they know who you are in the UK.
But this guy is the force of nature.
Yeah.
He's
You made an international name in boxing. That's what happened to you.
Because of this guy. He's
Really?
my business partner. We boxed, we fought twice, and then we're no longer our enemies and we're friends and business
I
partners.
get
Having a huge audience of loyal fans opens up all kinds of doors. So on January 4th, 2022, KSI and Logan announced that they were launching their own brand of a sports drink, Prime Hydration. Both creators had huge audiences to advertise their products to, and plenty of influencer friends who would be happy to advertise it to their audiences as well. When it launched, it flew off the shelf to the point where people were literally selling it on eBay like ticket scalpers. According to the company, it sold 100 million bottles in 2022. The company has gone on to sponsor the UFC as their official sports drink and even had their ad shown at the 2023 Super Bowl. Despite having a Super Bowl commercial, Prime proves that the traditional paradigm of big companies being able to win solely because they're bigger and have more experience is on its way out, considering the fact that 2 content creators brought in $250 million in their first year on the market. Having a huge audience and multiple successful businesses can be difficult though. In March 2023, KSI was criticized by his fans and by fellow creators like Jake Paul after he accused a fellow creator, the Wade concept, of being a snake on Twitter. Wade, who works with JJ's company Misfits Boxing, critiqued KSI's plan to fight Jake Paul and claimed that it would draw in fewer viewers than if Paul fought a rematch against another fighter. This angered JJ, who saw this as a slight against him. When you consider how much KSI has to deal with at the top of a content empire, you can begin to understand why Wade's comments may have been perceived as a slight. When you have so much success surrounding you, you have a lot to lose, and that includes reputation, especially as a fighter and an influencer. If someone is telling his audience that you would garner fewer views than someone else, that can come across as an insult to your prestige, your brand, and your showmanship as a boxer. However, the situation got out of hand when Wade's job security was threatened within the company. JJ and Mams Taylor, the guy who basically told Wade that he was fired during a live public call, Both later apologized publicly to Wade, explaining that this behavior was an emotionally charged overreaction that had just gone too far. Nonetheless, KSI shows us just how tense things can be when you're at the top, and how hard it is not to let your emotions slip in front of the millions of people that are following you. Long-term success on the internet is a balancing act, and JJ might know this better than anyone else. This was the untold story of KSI. If you liked this video, then you should definitely check out Kai Cenat's story.
Yeah, it was interesting, it was informative. Man, he has a lot of money. Please subscribe, comment, and give me some money. I'm too poor. Seriously. Thank you for watching this video, guys and girls, and see you in the next video.